Hey everybody, Mike Fifer, Fifer Hobby Supply. Today we're gonna do update 4. We're gonna be putting, what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be putting some plaster down on top of the plaster cloth and on all the green stuff on top of the layout. And I think I'm gonna take some of this. It's a color called burlap. I have a full container of it, and I think I'm gonna put it into the plaster as I mix it, so that when this gets beat up and banged up from getting hauled around, there won't be, the color will be through the plaster, so you won't have all these white spots, hopefully. I don't recall ever doing this before, but I know that it has worked for other people in the past. We're going to give it a shot, and let's see what we can come up with. Okay, gang, I use this product, Gypsolite, from Scenic Express. We sell it. But I strain a lot of the texture out of it, because the texture in it, you can't see it in here, but it's pretty heavy. It's for like HO scale. So I use a metal screen. Hang on. I use a metal screen and I screen most of it out so that I wind up with a little smoother texture. Let's get on with it. Okay, I also mix about 25% of some other kind of plaster. I just happen to use shaper sheet plaster because we had a bunch of it. It can be anything but hydrocal, because this is a slow setting plaster, and we want to make sure we got time to work it into wherever we want to work it into and clean it off wherever we want to clean it off without having to rush through it. So shaper sheet plaster is slow, and I put about 25% in. So whatever I have in the Gypsolite, I put about 25% of that in extra plaster just to make it go further. Okay, I have the plaster mixed up. It's a little on the pasty side, but now I'm going to add this burlap Americana paint in there. I'm going to see, I'm putting a lot of it in there. I'd say that's about 2/3 of that brand new bottle. I'm going to mix it up. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I wound up mixing in the whole bottle, and I came up with this brownish color, which I like. We're going to put stuff on top of it. What you will also need is a spray bottle, and I have about 4 different sizes of applicator brushes for small spaces and larger spaces. And obviously this big brush is going to be for the big areas. And then when I start putting it down in between the tracks and so forth, I will graduate to a smaller brush. But what you need to do, and I think you guys can see here, you need to spray down the plaster cloth and get it nice and damp before you start applying this. Otherwise it'll suck the moisture right out of it as you're doing it, and it'll become very hard to spread. So I'm not going to do it on camera because this video will be exceptionally long. But I'm going to start, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, everybody. There you have it. All I need to do is clean up where I slopped some plaster around. And that'll be it for the tan plaster. I made way too much. I made about 25% more than I should have. But it's okay. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. So that being said, let me clean up and then we'll take one last look at it. Okay, gang, I've cleaned up the edges, I've cleaned up the track, cleaned up the roads, and there you have it. With the exception of the black along the edge of the lava flow over there, pretty much the plastering part is done. The rest of it will all be scenic materials. And we'll just see how that goes as we get along. Okay, everybody. I got some buildings glued down. I have some gravel around the buildings. The glue is still not totally dry, but I did just blow off the excess with my mouth, and it looks pretty good. That'll have to dry quite a bit yet. And here's the parking lot for the station, the front of the station, and the back of the station so far. I think it comes together pretty good. I think I'm gonna try gluing down a couple of the abandoned buildings, get them in place, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, everybody, here it is for today. This is all I'm putting on today. I'm still waiting on the tourist trap over here, or the Indian trading post. But that's what it's going to look like. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed update 4 and see what I got done there. And where are you? Thanks for watching.